right, this is the Boys Down Bad podcast. We are super excited to welcome on Nebraska Baseball's Big Ten Pitcher of the Year and second team All-American, Mr. Brett Sears to the pod. Brett, welcome on.
Appreciate you boys having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming on, man. So we're talking a little bit about, obviously the season's over. Looking back, you've had a week, 2 weeks to kind of reflect on everything that went down. Obviously, incredible season. What are your kind of closing thoughts on the year?
I think we accomplished a lot. I think.
Great start.
Sorry, Tiger. It doesn't stand very well.
No, I think we did a lot. I think a lot of people early didn't really know what we were going to be. This lost 4 guys to the draft last year, and then a couple of big arms too. So I think it was good to just go out there, especially the first weekend. Like, we lost two or three, but I think we kind of hung with those teams, and I don't know if a lot of people thought we would early, and then. Yeah, I think we ended up accomplishing a lot, especially for maybe what people thought we had coming back. So it was definitely a good season in my eyes.
Yeah. We want to start the interview kind of by going back to the beginning for you. Was it always baseball for you growing up? Were you always a baseball kid? You do travel ball and all that?
Yeah, I did. I played football and basketball in high school too. I was definitely better at football than basketball, but yeah, I played 3 years of basketball in high school and 3 years of football, so I did all 3 of those. I didn't do track or anything, but yeah, it was usually baseball. Growing up, I always did baseball, traveling and competitively, but I feel like football, unless you're doing camps, you don't really do a ton of those anyway. So, but yeah, it was definitely baseball or football, and I lean more towards baseball.
Was it take us through maybe the process of high school ball? Were you recruited a lot coming out of high school?
No, so honestly, high school, my brother went to Western Illinois University, which is a really small university in Illinois. It's Division I. I think they're in the OVC now. They were in the Summit League when I went there. But I didn't have a ton of offers. I had teams come and watch me quite a bit, but I would get walk-on offer here and there. And then Western Illinois offered me, and I committed really early, beginning of my junior baseball season.
Yeah, that's early.
Yeah, so I committed early. I had a really good junior year. I don't know if I would have got more offers. I didn't throw exactly really hard, but I was pretty good for Iowa high school baseball.
What were you hucking at the time?
Up to 87, so
okay.
It wasn't bad.
It's
but
not bad.
Yeah, pretty good for Iowa high school baseball, I guess.
Yeah.
I did all right. And then so I ended up going to Western Illinois. I really didn't have any other offers. Once I committed, I think it's kind of just he's an average pitcher. He can go play at Western Illinois. So that's kind of what it was. I never thought I'd end up at Nebraska, though. I dreamed of it, I guess. I've always been a Nebraska fan, but I never thought I'd end up here. But, yeah, I went there for 2 years, and it was a really weird situation when I got there. The day I was moving in, I got a call from a different college, not a Division I college, a JUCO, and they're like, hey, you don't know this yet, but the head coach is leaving. And, the other coaches had left. So I knew the assistants were going to be there, which Western Illinois was if you were an assistant coach, you were looking to move up, obviously. But the head coach left, and I didn't know that until I was moving in. He's like, do you want to come on a visit? And I was like, no, I'm moving into college. I'm not going to do that.
A little busy.
So, yeah, so I ended up just going there. We did not have a coach for I want to say 3 or 4 months of the fall. A long time. They didn't hire a coach. So we were just working with the grad assistant. So it was weird. It was a weird situation, and we hired a coach, and we were terrible the first year. We won no games in 12.
No games?
No games in 12 games, and then the COVID hit.
Oh.
We had a brutal schedule. Teams would play us, because they'd play early teams, and they would we do the guys they'd pay to play. But yeah, so we started that year. Then I was I thought about transferring, but I was I haven't really done anything yet, so I really don't know if I'll even get anywhere. So I went back, and we actually started the next year. We beat Louisville, the first game.
Oh, geez.
I pitched.
Wow.
They were ranked 4th in the country. I don't even think they ended up making the tournament that year. But, yeah, we beat Louisville, then continued on, won 12 more games, which wasn't a ton. So, but I was I'm going to decide I was going to transfer, not because I didn't like Western, just because I just kind of wanted to see what I could get out of baseball. And then I went to a junior college, Iowa Central, and I had a really good experience there. I had a pitching coach that I still talk to all the time. And I actually went there because of him, and I also like the head coach was one of the high school assistant coach's brothers, so I knew the family. But otherwise, I might not have gone there. But I ended up enjoying it a lot, and it was a really good experience for me. Then last year, obviously here, I committed here early too. I didn't even pitch a game at JUCO yet before I committed here.
Really?
Yeah. So I went to JUCO. It was kind of weird too. I'd like left Western Illinois, like I would touch 90, sit like 87, 88, and I did training over the summer. And my first time on a mound at junior college, I sat 91, 93, and like they were just they were videoing me, and I was like, I didn't even know, and then they like sent me the videos of it, and like every one was like 91, 93, and I was like, well, that's nice, I guess. So I don't know if it's just because I got older or what happened. So I got like JUCO's like they do like a fall season, and so you play in the fall a lot. So I got a lot of looks from there from like pretty decent sized schools, but like Nebraska's close to home, and I always wanted to go to Nebraska. So and Nebraska didn't recruit me a ton, but they like would text my coach about me. So I wanted to come to Nebraska. So I went to a camp like I want to say January or February here, and through a bullpen, they ended up offering me a walk-on. And I committed here on that, and then I had a really good junior college season, so I ended up getting a scholarship.
Nice.
But, yeah. So I committed here before I even pitched in junior college. And
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So did you grow up in Iowa?
Yeah, so I'm like 45 minutes northeast of Omaha.
Okay.
So I've always been a Nebraska fan. I'm honestly closer to Nebraska than like Iowa or Iowa State.
I was gonna say like growing up in Iowa.
Yeah.
What's the?
Yeah, no, I've always been a Nebraska fan.
Okay.
But where I'm
Good,
from, like
good.
it's kind of like 50-50.
Gotcha.
Honestly. So
That's awesome, man. Well, yeah, great story. Let me pull up my questions here. So obviously, actually, I want to talk about JUCO a little bit and your experience there because I played NAIA baseball at Hastings, and we had insane practice. Like there were no rules really. I know JUCO's even more like less rules. There's, you can practice 7-8 hours a day, whatever the coach wants. What was your experience like in JUCO?
my JUCO was very relaxed, which was nice. So we had the pitching coach. I don't remember where he came from. He was young, but they ran it kind of where like we always had individuals. Like so they'd have a group of pitchers come in and we'd practice, do our thing, and then they'd have a group of hitters, and like so we were never really all there at the same time. Like we'd spend an hour or two together at the same time, but never like anything crazy. The worst was we'd do scrimmages in the fall, and we'd play like just like some other JUCO or even like a smaller like I don't know, like Upper Iowa we played some, like we'd play those, and then like who else? We played Grandview a couple times, but they would come play us in 2 like 9-inning games, and like
in one day.
JUCO, like you don't always have 18 arms to get like either team, and so like you're like, oh, I mean there's some long ones. Like I remember one day we stayed I didn't even pitch that day. I was in shorts and like tennis shoes, just hanging out, and like we didn't play very well. And coach was not happy and just told us to get on the line afterwards. And I hadn't moved in 7 or 8 hours, and so we were just running. But no, JUCO it was definitely fun for me. Like I don't know, we were pretty relaxed in like the ways we did things. Like pitchers lifted together and then hitters lifted together, and like our pitching coach ran our lifts and stuff, so we never had like super long practices. The long days were the like fall tournaments and scrimmages.
Yeah. Like, what would you say is the biggest like difference from JUCO? Obviously, competition wise, but just like mentality wise from JUCO to D1.
The biggest difference really was, I would say, fastballs. One, JUCO hitters hunt it a lot, so like if you can land a breaker, you got a good shot, and then JUCO hitters a lot of times will struggle with fastballs up, and I learned that early that high-level Division I hitters don't miss that all the time. So, no, I definitely think you just have to be more out of the zone in like this level, whereas like junior college, I think I got away more with being in the zone with pitches, which kind of I think hurt me last year a little bit in terms of like giving up hits. Like I think I would miss like 0-2s in the zone. But mentality-wise, I think it's a hard switch, just like because people do like think like junior college isn't as good, which like That's true. Like I would say lineups are deeper in like this level, but like your top 3 guys in junior college are all going to play somewhere decent.
Yeah.
But I would say like the biggest thing is like knowing like you've done the baseball thing for how long, and like just knowing that it's the same game. You just kind of have to, I guess, be a little more on attack.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously you had an insane year. I saw 9-1, a little over a 2 ERA, 101 strikeouts. What do you think was it that really clicked for you this year that allowed you to just go off?
I don't know. Honestly, every week I was like, this is a week it's going to go bad. I never had one where it just was like complete implosion, which I guess was nice. I would say I just think I've always been more comfortable starting. And I got in a starting role and just kind of rolled with it. I throw a lot of pitches in the zone, and I think it can help me and hurt me sometimes. So I think just early on, like, especially before teams had a ton of film on me and stuff, like, I was just in the zone all the time, and, like, I wasn't letting teams beat me. Like, I guess, like, my theory on the mound was, like, if you're going to beat me, you're going to hit the ball 4 times. And, you know, I'm not going to put guys on base in front of guys to hit the ball all over the place. Yeah. And that was the big thing for me. Like, I don't know the amount of walks I had, and it wasn't a ton, but that was the main focus out there. I think that helped me a ton. Is like, you might get a hit here and there, but you're not going to beat me because I'm going to put guys on base.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's a big thing.
Rely on the defense.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that you kind of realized, oh, this year might be different? Like, you know, I could absolutely shove all year.
I want to say, I'm trying to think. Grand Canyon, I was like pretty good after that was my second week, and I was like, oh, you never know, I guess. And then we started Big Ten play, and I can't remember who we opened up with at Big Ten play.
Good question.
I want to say Maryland, maybe. No, we opened up at Northwestern.
Okay.
And I gave up. That game I struggled a little bit with that game. I only struck out like 4, I think, in 7 innings, but like I still managed to go 7 and like only gave up 2 runs, and I was like, you know, we might have something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think the Ohio State game when I went shutout, I was like, all right, if you do that, you're gonna be fine. But, yeah. I don't know if there was ever a moment, but like just a collective. Honestly, the thing is, like, I did think every week, I was like, this is the one that's just gonna go terrible. But it's just I
feel like that's a lot of baseball players' mentality too. It's like, okay, I'm doing good now. Don't mess it up.
It's like a golf round. You got something going. You're like, all right, when's it gonna fall apart?
Exactly.
Everybody's
kind of
thinking
what it was like for me. But
gonna have that one shank, and it's gonna just go downhill.
I had a question. So we obviously got drawn against Florida. They had a bad regular season, but they were like preseason top 3, I think. They might have been preseason number 1. Could you notice like the difference between the SEC hitters compared to, I know the Big Ten is rather weak in baseball, but could you like notice like these are SEC boys, these guys can hit because they could hit the shit out of it?
I think the biggest difference was like they like the way they impacted the ball, like mistakes got hit really hard, and I think that was the biggest difference. You know, I guess we had a shot in the first game, but I would say the biggest thing was that it was really just like, well, and they're ginormous. Florida, I think Florida is a big team in general.
Yeah, big boys. Yeah.
They just, you can tell, like, even they're like guys that are like 50 Ks. Like, I mean, you look up at the scoreboard and you like just to see like what the guy's hitting. He's hitting 250 with 14 home runs.
Yeah.
It's like every single guy had like 10 to 20 home runs. It was like, all right, so you can't take a break on this guy. So, yeah, I'd say that was the biggest difference. Just they impacted the ball so well when they did hit it.
'Cause you were there.
I made the trip down to Stillwater.
It was.
You could just notice the difference, the way they hit it, the way it sounded. Like, that Caglioni's insane too.
Yeah, it was the craziest BP
So
I've ever watched.
So the
what was that like?
It was nuts. I've never seen anything like. He would hit like balls that looked like they're gonna hit the fence and they just went up. Like it was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it.
First time we played him, we pretty much walked him about every time, right?
Yeah,
on purpose, and then second game he kind of he made you pay for not walking him.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, going into the game, first game, we're gonna walk him unless he doesn't have guys on base.
Mm-hmm.
And the first inning we got him out. Then I pitched to him again in I think the 4th or 3rd, and he hit that ball off the wall. I don't know how it didn't leave, but yeah, he drilled it. It was supposed to be up and away, and I threw it down and away, and he covers that spot really well. So, and then I think we walked him every time.
Yeah.
That'd be a good call.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still killing it. He had a home run today.
Yeah, he had a 3-run today.
Straight into the wind.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy.
So
25-mile-an-hour winds.
you talked about it a little bit, just like making guys beat you. Is like, what's kind of the mindset or approach other than just like, I'm not gonna put guys on. Like, what are you kind of thinking like pre at bat?
You kind of got to make it personal for me. Like it's me versus you, I think. And then even if it's a good hitter, like I always tell myself, like hitting's way harder than pitching. Like you hit a ball 3 out of 10 times, like you're doing pretty good. So I always try to tell myself that, like no matter who's coming up, like hit. Like if I throw what I got over the zone, like my best stuff, like it's harder for him to hit it than it is for me to throw it. So that's kind of what I think going into every game. Like hitting's way harder than pitching, so don't be afraid of any hitter. Kind of.
That's a good mentality.
Yeah.
Obviously, we went on a huge run in the Big Ten tournament, back against the wall after losing the first game. What do you think was it that kind of willed you guys to just win every time your back was against the wall?
I don't know. That was a crazy run, honestly. Especially the Indiana day where we beat them twice. That was I wouldn't say shocked, but I was surprised a little bit, I guess. No, I just think we had a group of guys that just didn't like to lose, and we just obviously took a big loss against Ohio State, and then Purdue was a good battle, and then I just think we just didn't want to go home. Like that was a big thing. Like we kind of knew we were in the tournament, but like we're not going to spend 2 days here, then go a week and a half without baseball, so we may as well. So I think we just wanted to keep playing and just. Everyone at the end of the day, at the end of that tournament, it kind of runs out of pitching. So I think we were set up pretty well, honestly, with where we were. Like, not getting blown out, like, is a good thing, but like we didn't go to high leverage arms that game.
True.
For what we had, and the guys came in like after the fact we were down a bunch, did well, and I think that really helped us a lot more than people realize. Like we didn't have to keep running arms out there. I think Horn went like 2 innings, and then. Yeah, we pretty much saved, like, our guys. We would have gone next, like, anyways. It was me and Christo against Purdue, and then McConaughey and I can't remember who came in after McConaughey. I want to say Jalen.
Yeah, I think it was
McConaughey and Jalen. And then by that next day we had everyone we threw in that Ohio State game back ready to go. So I think a big thing was not that, like I said, not getting blown out was bad, but we didn't have to keep running out there.
That's true.
Arms in a 1-run game who we were going to go to down the stretch in the tournament, which I think helped us out a lot.
Yeah, and you got to come in for the last inning, right?
Yeah.
Close it out. What was that like?
It's different. So, like, the last pitch, honestly, I don't know if you guys remember last year against Creighton, I threw a wild pitch. It was a walk-off.
Yes, I do remember that.
Going into the tournament, I was like, last time I threw on this mound, like, that was the last pitch I threw on. So, yeah, I kept thinking that. But, no. Coming in, I kind of had to convince him. Like, Saturday, I kind of wanted to get – or I told him, like, I want to pitch. And they're like, you're not pitching. I was like, whatever. And then Sunday, I said, I'm pitching if we get a lead in the 9th. And he said, that's the only way you're going in. Like, if we get a lead in the 9th. He said, if it's a 1-run game in the 9th, you can have it. And I was like, all right, I'll be ready. But it was fun to walk in. Like, well, it's kind of weird because we had, like, the review. Like, I was halfway out there. Then I, like, walked back. So, but honestly, I think that made it a little easier. I wasn't as high-strung, I think, because of the review.
Yeah. That's awesome. I got a couple fun questions. Do you guys have any more questions about the season?
No. I just have one, like, just in general, like, right now, obviously, College World Series, it seems like everyone has a hot bat in Omaha right now. Like, how do you pitch against, when you're going out against a team that is just, like, 1 through 9, they can all hit? Like, how do you, like, keep that confidence in you knowing if I leave one, over the plate to their 8-hole, it could go over the fence?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone in Omaha can hit. You look up at the scoreboard again, they all have 10, 15 home runs. I think the baseballs are a little juiced this year. I do think that's
sounds like a
thing.
pitcher.
The numbers say so too. But no, again, I think I just go back to the hitting's hard. Like yeah, they have 16 home runs in 60 games. Like, and that yard's big in Omaha, and it does play big. So I think you kind of have to know that as a pitcher. But, yeah, you definitely have to be a little sharper and then just trust your defense, just give what you got, I guess. Like, it is hard to pitch against teams like that, but, as you work up levels, like, all teams are like that eventually, so.
Yeah. Playing baseball, some of my favorite memories were, like, traveling with the team. Did you guys have any fun travel stories that you can share on the podcast?
Yeah, that's the hard part. Let's see. We had the game of Mafia. I don't know if you played Mafia ever.
I don't know. What is it?
It's like where you got like townspeople, mob members, and then like cops, a medic, and like you gotta like everyone has to try to get the mafia people out. Like
I don't think I've ever played that. It sounds fun.
I think we had a plane. We were chartering. I can't remember where we were going to, and we actually had the flight attendants playing. They jumped in on the game, so that was kind of fun. But no, I went on pretty much every night after I got done pitching, I'd go get ice cream. I guess that's kind of fun. I was walking to the ice cream shop and like 10 of the guys were there, so I was like, I'm not the only one doing this, I guess.
What's the go-to spot, or is it at campus?
It just depends, like where we were.
Oh, on the road.
On the road.
Gotcha.
On the road, yeah.
Did a place have the best ice cream?
Where were we? Where were we at? I want to say Charleston had good ice cream. Charleston had really good ice cream.
Good to know. Good to know.
I don't remember what the place was called. But it was good ice cream.
Love it. So like pregame, obviously baseball guys are really superstitious. Do you have any weird things to do before you hit the mound?
I like to eat Subway before the game.
Subway,
just something
okay.
light. I get a cold cut with just mayonnaise on it.
Interesting.
And American cheese. And yeah, I eat that usually before the game.
Okay.
And at home games, I start the same playlist every time. I just click shuffle, but I listen to the same playlist every time. And I started an hour 5 before on home games and an hour before on away games. So,
nice.
yeah.
That's pretty exact.
Yeah.
What's on there? Country?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the 5-minute difference for? What on home and
Because
away?
home you start on the mound, away you get a little more
that's
time.
fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's kind of just when I start my warm up a little bit.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, one other question. So, hoping to go to the bigs, obviously. If you get that fat paycheck, what's the first thing you're buying?
Well, my paycheck for a signing bonus isn't going to be that fat.
Someday.
That comes with being 24 years old, I guess. But I really want a new truck. But,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's a ways down the road, I suppose. But that's probably the first thing I'll really buy with it.
New truck?
Might just save it till then. Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Good
a
call.
truck, yeah.
You guys got any other ones?
Yeah, I have a question that I've just kind of always wondered. So other sports like basketball, football, guys who are like great in college, they go pro and they make an impact right away. Baseball is way different, and I've never really known why. It takes you got to go through all these minor leagues and all these build-up programs. What's like the difference? Why aren't guys ready to be in the big leagues right away? Is it just that much harder competition, or what do you think that is?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason you have so many levels is more for the fact you play 162 games, and like guys in AAA and like AAA, AA, and majors like shuffle in and out way more than people realize probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's like injuries wise. I don't know why. I guess why guys struggle early going up there. I would say that the difference from college to like MLB level is very different. They say the hardest jump is from high A to double A. So, but I do think the difference, like, I mean, you're seeing the guys in the SEC, like we talked about the SEC lineups being a little different. Like, you'll see 2 of those guys on a pro roster,
Right.
like on an SEC lineup. So, like, you're getting the best of those guys, and they're playing in the pro ball at the pros. So, I would say that's probably the biggest difference is that.
Yeah.
I think the level.
There's
of competition.
also talent all around the world. Like,
Yeah.
you see so
That's-
many guys
that
from
is-
Dominican and
Yeah,
all-
that's a big thing with baseball. Is
So-
like you see,
Yeah.
what we have in college baseball, and then it's like you're drafting high schoolers that are throwing 99, and then you're having guys from the Dominican that play. So
That's true.
Yep.
That's a good point. My last one, what was like the biggest lesson that you learned from coming to Nebraska? Could have been from the coaches or from your teammates that you're going to take with you to the next level.
I would just say, it's staying confident through like anything. Honestly, like Nebraska, I would say is the first time in baseball like I really failed, and I think that me like being able to like get through that was probably one of the biggest things I'll ever learn. Like not even just in baseball, but in life. Like just the fact that I failed here and came out of the other side of it is probably the biggest thing I'll take from here.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I think I'm good. No.
Oh,
Sweet. All right. Brett Sears, thanks for coming on, man.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right. We're just going to jump right into the logo game. Jordan and Trev today. Who's going to win?
I don't know. I haven't been performing well.
Jordan's been doing
game.
sneaky
Yeah,
good the
Jordan's-
past
yeah.
couple weeks.
I have 2 wins recently.
Yeah.
You do?
Not bad.
Not bad. All right, logo game, how it works. I'm going to show you guys each 5 college logos. You got to tell me who the team is and what state they reside in. So we're going to start with Jordan.
I've had a lot of people asking for cities too.
Yeah.
on TikTok. I mean,
Like if it's the
if it's like an
Like at Kansas.
yeah.
Mhm. Could
You
you
can throw the
cities?
cities in there if you want
If
to.
it's like if the state is in the name, does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Like if it's a Kansas or Kansas State, maybe just
The
you
city.
have to do the city.
Okay, let's do that. There's only one of these this week. Let me look it up.
The cities could be a bonus point on the harder ones.
Yeah, like Canisius. I have no idea what
Yeah.
city that is, but
Okay.
that's just a state one. You should, yeah.
All right, I got it.
You just specify whether you need the city or the state.
Sounds good. All right. Starting with Jordan.
That would be Purdue,
Correct?
Indiana,
Correct.
West Lafayette,
Yeah.
West Lafayette.
I think.
It is. All right, Trevin.
That'd be Rutgers.
Correct?
They're in New Jersey.
Correct.
Piscataway.
Piscataway. I like it. Good work. All right, Jordan.
That is Xavier,
Correct.
Pennsylvania.
Not Pennsylvania.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Wow.
Correct.
I don't know the city.
Don't know the city.
Might be Cincinnati, actually.
Could be. That sounds right. Could be. All right. Trevin got it.
Oh, shoot. Score.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
That is Butler.
Correct.
They're also in Indiana.
That is correct. Some good polls. All right, Jordan.
Oh my gosh. Is that Bryant?
Not Bryant.
It's
Good
not a
guess.
bad guess.
Very good guess.
Bears or the Bulldogs? That's not a bulldog.
This is not a bulldog.
Is that a what's it called? I had it.
I had the same feeling.
I don't think it's right, but I totally. Is it Montana State?
Not Montana State.
Yeah.
It is Oakland.
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 Years.
Michigan.
Yeah.
It is in Michigan, correct?
Oakland. Shout out Jack.
Shout out Jack.
Golke.
Golke, yes.
Golke.
That is correct. Jack
Duh.
Golke.
I knew it wasn't Montana State. That's all right.
Going to Trev.
3-3?
Yep.
Oh, is that a Marist?
That is Marist.
Are they in Pennsylvania?
Not Pennsylvania.
Is it Massachusetts?
Not Massachusetts. It is New York. You're right around it. Right around it.
4-3, or is it 4-3? Because I
I
got
think so.
I think 4-3.
no. I think I have 5.
5.
Because I got Rutgers in the state, then Bulldog in the state, and then I just got Marist, so I have 5.
Yeah. 5.
5-3.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. Going to Jordan.
Oh, plus I got Xavier's state. I think it's 6-3.
Something like that. I should have
Yeah.
been keeping score.
I think it's 6.
We'll
We're
figure
at
it
a
out.
loss.
Chris.
Yeah, we need Chris. Jordan.
Jeez. Classic. Somewhere.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's gonna open.
Oh, God.
Oh, I think I know that one.
Let me just save you some time here. Pass.
Okay. He passes. Can you see that at all?
Yeah. I think it's Delaware State.
It is Delaware State. You got to give me the city, Jordan.
I don't think I can name you one city in Delaware.
I don't think I could either.
Pass.
Passes.
Yeah, I can't name a city in Delaware, to be honest.
Dover.
Dover. I thought that was. I almost said that. But I thought that was Connecticut.
It is Dover. All right. So Trevin got another one there. Trevin number 4.
That is Valparaiso.
That is correct.
I think they're in Indiana.
That is correct.
All right, I got
What
it
a
back.
pull.
Yeah.
I got it back.
He's in his bag. All right, Jordan.
I've seen that.
Pass.
Passes.
I've seen it.
This is one I just don't believe the TikTok commenters on.
So easy. You guys suck.
Got all of them except one state.
That's not gonna come to me. Pass.
Passes. It is Stonehill.
Stonehill.
Stonehill. Peters know where they are.
Pennsylvania?
Not Pennsylvania.
Just guess New York.
Not New York. Massachusetts.
Ah.
You're both right around it again. All right, Trevin. Last one.
Oh, it's either this or that. Is that the Citadel?
It is the Citadel.
I think they're somewhere east. Citadel is in. Is it North Carolina?
Not North Carolina.
No.
Jordan.
Is it Tennessee?
Not Tennessee. South Carolina.
South Carolina.
So close.
There we go. That was better.
Trevin ran away with that
That was
one.
better.
Yeah, that was a good showing. Great showing there. What else can we talk about? U.S. Open. It was incredible. We've had a couple good majors in a row now,
Yeah.
but this one was kind of one for the ages. Bryson going back and forth with Rory on Sunday. Bunker shot on 18 was
incredible.
People don't understand how hard that shot was.
Oh, 40-yard bunker shot. I'm lost on those.
It's the hardest shot in
say
golf.
it's the hardest shot in golf.
It is.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Especially where if you hit it long, you probably lose the tournament.
Yeah.
If he
Yeah.
hits it over the green, then he has to get up and down for bogey on a pin, like a tucked back pin that's running away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Rory had a 3-foot putt that broke. It looked like 6 inches from 3 feet. So like even if you're in that spot, who knows if you're making that?
Yep.
I mean, Bryson got a lot of good breaks with his driver.
Yeah, his
He was
driver
in
was
the-
wild.
It was way off.
He was in the native area a ton, and other than 18,
Mhm.
was that the only time he really had to like punch out and take his medicine?
pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, not trying to like take anything away. Like getting good breaks is part of golf. Like Bryson had a perfect drive on one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in a divot.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, he got a lot of good breaks there, but, I mean, he easily could have just collapsed. If you make a bogey on one
Yep.
from a divot, like, who knows what happens then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bryson's playing really well. Won that. Got second in the PGA. I think he got 6th at the Masters. I saw.
I think
Yeah.
it was second at the Masters, 6 PGA, right?
No.
No, other
No,
way
because he
around?
made that putt on 18 at the PGA, and then Xander had.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
He
so
has
6 at the Masters.
Yeah.
second
Better
PGA.
major finishes than Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both have one.
He's just playing well.
And I feel like he's the only live guy that, I mean, I think we kind of talked about it last week, but he got more likable going to live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's completely embraced YouTube golf, which helps a lot because he's getting those younger fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just getting the whole Brooks Bryson beef squashed, like, I mean, he was going to tournaments every week, just getting called Brooksy every tee shot. Like, a couple years ago, no fans would have been cheering for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I'm hoping this gets a deal
Yeah.
done quicker,
Yeah.
just because, like, I mean, every week we could have these finishes,
Mhm.
especially at the elevated events, like, where you would be getting everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
was
really like
pulling for
Bryson.
him.
Yeah, I found myself pulling for him. I did a future on him, so that helped. But
nice.
still, like, my mom doesn't like him. I'm like, I think I actually like him. He seems like a good guy now. He was a little cringy in the beginning of his career, but he's really turned the page, and I think he's good for
matured.
golf for sure. He's fun to watch,
Yeah.
just the way he plays.
100%.
He's interacting with the crowd.
Yeah, not many players do that, and he was.
No.
I mean, he involved the crowd. He had all the fans touch the trophy after.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and yeah, it's cool to see someone like kind of mature almost.
And, like,
as they go.
you do get the guys, like, interacting with the crowd from week to week, but it's usually not the guy who's, I mean, at one point he was 2 shots back, and he was still, like, being a, like, nice, genuine person, like, to all the fans. Like, obviously he's still locked in, but he's having fun too, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, like, you see Scotty out there, and, like, it's very much, this is just golf and winning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I hope people like me, but he's not, like, interacting with the fans. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
overall, Liv was probably good for him just to get out of the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it was an awesome tournament.
All-time choke by Rory.
Yeah.
It was a choke on the last couple holes, but he also played really well to start to get him in the lead. I mean,
Right,
he was,
yeah.
3
Right.
back coming into the day?
Yeah.
So people don't talk about that, how well he
Mhm.
played on the front nine. And
And outside of the last 3 holes, he putted really
yeah,
well.
he made some
Mhm.
putts.
And that's, like, kind of the thing that gets Rory sometimes is his putting. And he putted great,
Yeah.
other than he had,
His putt on 16 was really bad. 18
Yeah.
was a really tough putt, especially in that moment. Like, he played like a foot of break, and he still missed it on the low side.
Mm-hmm.
So he still didn't play enough. Like, that's just, I mean, we miss those all the time.
Oh yeah.
Left to right slider down the hill, those
Tough putt.
greens.
Yeah, Pinehurst rolling
But
14 or whatever it is.
to miss 2 of those in the last 3 holes, I can't imagine what was going through his head.
Oh, yeah. Feel for him. He's
Not-
taking some time off, he said. and
Yeah.
Coming back for the Open and
Not enough
Scottish
people
Open.
are talking about Scotty. He was never there.
never
Yeah,
there.
Never showed up.
Also
Which
showed
is
like
wild.
kind of a different side of him. Like he was very frustrated the whole
Yeah.
tournament, and like I don't know. I didn't super love the way he acted, but I get it. Like you're
yeah.
frustrated.
I mean,
Yeah.
he has the pressure every single week.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, betting isn't everything, but, like, when you're going into a tournament that big of a favorite, like, I mean, there's just so much mental pressure on you that, like, if I play bad, it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
True.
anybody else who just goes out, plays bad, it's like, yeah, I mean, whoever won the tournament, and it's just not that much of a story.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go out and just play horrible, have a bad attitude, it's like,
Yeah,
it's a completely different side of it.
it is. Yeah, great tournament though. I think that's all we got today.
Yep.
Shout out Brett Sears for coming on the pod. Great interview with him. And yeah, we'll be back next week. All right, this is the Boys Not Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
And Peters.
Trev.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.